What is up, guys? Welcome to this post-Christmas stream. Hope everybody had a great holiday. And we're just getting this stream going. Let's give it a few seconds just to let some people trickle in. Oh, you know what? That's right. What's up, Super? How are you doing? So Super comes in with the immediate FUD. Nice. Very nice. Well, we'll check everything out, but I definitely do not agree with you on that one. Ricky, what's up, man? How you doing? All right, so let's jump in here. Just kind of giving everybody a minute here. So Super, first things first. Super said right when the next run comes, he's going to be taking profits. And that's exactly what they want from you, Super. They want you to give up everything you have, right? Before it actually becomes worth massive amount of money. They want you to give it back to them, right? Or sell to whatever whales are currently waiting to buy or that have been buying in. We don't know, but we're going to find out right now. So real quick, jumping in. So Milady right now sitting at around 69, right under that 70 mark, right? A couple of things that I did want to point out for today's stream was first things first is we are getting close towards this bouncing off this 20-day moving average. Last time we did have a bounce and some confirmation above any one of these moving averages. We did see a nice 40% green candle form, right? So not saying necessarily that's going to happen because you can see we still haven't technically formed solid support above this 20-day moving average, right? You can see we did look like we were forming above, but we did drop a little bit below, and we're kind of basically going parallel. Maybe on the stream right now as we continue, we'll kind of see us get some kind of confirmation. It looks like we're getting the crypto FUD green candle forming right here, right? They know we just went live. People are buying in right now as we speak. So just to start everything off, I'm just kidding with you guys. So I hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful holiday. You know, we kind of got the Christmas behind us and whatever you celebrate. And now we have this little intermission right before we get into the New Year's, right? And if you guys know, we've been talking about 2024. 2024, I think, is going to be an epic, epic year. I really do. We could have some bumpy, turbulence here and there, but for the most part, we have so much just catalyst that can only move us up, right? For the most part, unless there's some kind of a black swan event, obviously that's something that you can't foresee coming, right? That's why they call it a black swan event. But from what we have, the information that we have in front of us, everything looks solid. It looks solid for us. So we'll definitely continue to map, just everything that's coming up and whatever does pop up, anything new. But for right now, we have obviously the halvening. We have the ETFs that are possibly going to be approved in the next week or two. We have interest rate cuts coming. A lot of big things that are coming. Right now, Milady sitting at a market cap at around $51 million. Yesterday, we did see a massive drop, right? We did see that massive drop. And obviously, it wasn't just Milady. It was all across the board. It was all across the board. Some projects didn't get hit as hard as Milady, but like we always say, Milady is going to be one of those projects that are going to have a lot of turbulence, and it's going to be either for the good or for the bad, right? Obviously, if you see like Bitcoin drop down 5%, if it brings the market down, you're going to see something like a 20 or 30% drop on Milady only because the market cap is 1/millionth of what Bitcoin is, right? And the market cap is 1/100th of what Solana is, and we can go down the list. And that's the cons of having such a small market cap. But the pros are when things are moving, we move 10 times faster than all those projects, right? We need 10 times less money to come in to this particular project for us to move just as fast, if not faster, than all those big cap projects. So it's the pros and the cons. But like I always been saying, we're not worried. We're not worried right now. As of yesterday, for myself, I was just adding and adding to my bag. I think I added probably 75% more into my bag as we drop down to some of these crazy lows that we saw yesterday. Now, Bitcoin's been having a solid day today. It's up about $900 at 43,400. You know, give or take a few. It did get up to about 43.5. So Bitcoin's definitely looking solid. I said yesterday, you know, I wouldn't doubt that we kind of sit in this channel and eventually something's going to break, and we're probably, for the most part, we're going to eventually see this bull flag play out, is what I'm thinking, with 2004 coming up. So I was saying just a couple streams ago, the volume was crazy down for Bitcoin particularly, right? Not for the whole market, but for Bitcoin particularly, volume was down. For a lot of projects, volume were down. Give maybe a few like Solana and maybe a couple other layer 1 projects that have been really rallying lately. But other than that, everything's been kind of just stagnant, or it's been kind of down. Volume, price, action, everything like that. So, you know, I kind of was not predicting that big drop yesterday, but just predicting kind of a boring, you know, just really just baseline kind of a holiday as far as for Bitcoin. And that's to be, you know, expected, especially when we have, you know, all this stuff that I think is going to be setting up in the next few weeks, and as we continue into 2024. It's all right. It's okay, guys. We can't have this full, you know, momentum of just, you know, like it's just craziness at all times. You got to have some of this boring kind of sideward action, maybe some down days. You know, it is what it is, right? Like I keep telling you guys, for Milady particularly, I just use it as an opportunity for me to just keep stacking, because we're not ready to really get on that rocket ship just yet. We thought we were, right? But I think that was just a small dose of what I think is going to play out. So for Bitcoin, I'm still with my prediction that this bull flag is eventually going to play out, and we're probably going to scoot and boogie up towards somewhere around 48,000. I think is going to be just a start, but I think we're going to see somewhere around this $48,000 mark, breaking that 45 eventually here, coming up soon. I'm thinking possibly in the next few weeks, right? ETF is right around the corner. If this thing gets approved, guys, we're going to see Bitcoin really, really rally. We really are. So I'm going to put a pause on that real quick and just check up on the chat. I'm not skipping everybody, but his is highlighted. Mr. Rawls with the €5 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. I see you every day. He comes in and he supports the channel as everybody else does, right? But my boy Rawls comes in and he'll drop some money on, and I appreciate that, going all into the channel, dude. And I thank you so much for the support. I really do. And respect from Newcastle, UK. Well, respect back from Florida, Tampa, Florida, all the way across the pond, brother. You guys are the brothers and sisters from across the pond, and we thank you guys so much for everything. Now, catching up on everything right here. So if you guys remember, Super came in immediately. Super came in and was like, man, Milady seems dead. And I shut that down real fast, right? I don't agree with that, but you know, everybody has their own opinions. So Super was saying, what are your thoughts for the next week's forecast? And that's pretty much, I didn't even read your question, but I kind of already covered it. You know, I think in the next week or two, we're going to start seeing some big momentum coming in. Hopefully it's going to be towards the upside. That's what we're all anticipating, but you have to always prepare for the worst, right? These things, I feel like a lot of times when people expect, you know, that like certain, like the whole market's kind of leaning one way, something else will happen, right? But like I keep saying, we have so much stuff and momentum building up. I feel like in the next few weeks coming, we have a solid time that we're going to be getting into, and it's going to be exciting, honestly. So let's see here. So AVK, what's up, brother? Says, good evening. It's bedtime, so I'll stay shortly, but come to give a like. I appreciate that. And that reminds me, everybody, if you haven't already, hit that like. Let's send the algorithm to everybody. I appreciate that. And let's see here. Solo, what's up, man? How are you doing? Troy, boom, to the moon we go. And let's see here. Sean, what's up, brother? How are you doing, man? I hope every single one of you guys had a great holiday. I really did. Like I said, enjoy your holidays, because things are going to start moving fast here. Things are going to start moving fast, and You're going to have to put some of that stuff to the side, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to have to focus on these charts and, just this price action that I think we're going to be getting into, because things are going to be moving fast in the bull market. All right, so let's see here. So looks also like an inverse head and shoulders. So what were we talking about for Bitcoin? Let me see. Inverse. I don't know. I don't know if I see it. It's probably in my in front of my face, but I don't see it. I saw this epic this looked like this was going to play out to be like an epic W pattern. Right here, but it really didn't. It played out like we definitely made it up to the upside, but it really was just short-lived. You guys can see we've really been respecting this top channel line for Bitcoin, and we keep just kind of, we'll see days where we'll drop down, and then we just go right back up towards it, right? So I don't worry about Bitcoin. I really don't worry about Bitcoin, and really that's what gives me confidence in everything else right now, right? Because Bitcoin, as long as Bitcoin's thriving, and we really have been holding strong, and I think we're setting up. Bitcoin will usually do this and kind of stay stagnant at around a price range, and then eventually there'll be some kind of a move, right? It's going to do something. It's going to do something. As I keep saying, we have just so much stuff setting up for 2024 that I feel like it's going to be an explosive move towards the upside. Now, for Milady particularly, today has been just real stagnant. It's been real stagnant since we saw this massive drop yesterday. Again, market cap sitting at around 51 million. The volume has gone down. It was spiked up yesterday, but obviously that was because it was massive sell-off. And again, it's not just for Milady, but we saw Milady particularly have a massive sell-off. We really did. When we checked the Gate.io, this was obviously going to be your bigger player right here with 35% of the volume. When we go into Gate.io, if it'll let me click into it, let's see here. Yesterday, and it's still there. You guys can see the buys to sells right now. Sell is at 95% and the buys are around 5%, 4.8 to be exact. So when you see something like that, that tells you that we have been just on a downside. But we really, if you think about it, all day today, we have seen some small little dips where we drop down like 6, 7, but it's really been in between 6, 7 and around where we're at right now, around the 7 mark. It really hasn't dipped like crazy. So I think for this buy right here and the sell ratio, I think this is mostly still considered 24-hour period from yesterday. I think that we're seeing a massive, just still the sell-off from yesterday. But I wouldn't be surprised if we come back tomorrow and we check on the next stream that this buy to sell is going to start to even out a little bit, because obviously the price is kind of flatlined, right? And if you can see, we did approach this 20-day moving average, right? You can see right here that we have formed a couple candles above, but a couple candles under. And that just tells me that we're not ready yet. We see a nice solid green candle above the 20-day as we speak right now that just formed. It's not done yet, but we're going to have to see how it plays out. If we were, again, I need a confirmation of like 3 to 4 solid candles that are bouncing directly off this 20-day or any kind of moving average. That'll give me the indication that we're about to shoot up, or maybe at least have some upward momentum. But like I keep saying, guys, I really right now we can map out and we look at obviously what's going on for the day, right? But sometimes you have to just really zoom out. You have to zoom out and really look at what's going on here. We have moved up a lot. We're still, after this massive drop that we've seen since these local highs, we still are up for Milady, right? We're still up. Again, like I said, I just use this as an opportunity for me to just keep adding to my bag. And it's not only for Milady. It's been for other projects. I've been jumping on other projects, and I've been continuing to add to my bag on a lot of other projects, right? Because that's what I like to do. I like to just keep getting in good positions. This is another position that I've been buying in on, is ALI. ALI is an AI project. Really, I won't go into detail as far as like the whole utility, but I believe because I honestly don't know like the full spectrum of what they do, but I know it's an AI project that has a lot to do with with NFTs. So as NFTs get back up and running, a project like this is going to be able to, I believe, facilitate transactions for NFTs and stuff like that through AI bots. But regardless, this is a project that I jumped in on when we were kind of down here, and it's been doing great. It's been doing great, and as we do see dips, I continue to buy in. Same thing for Milady, same thing for this project. I just continue to keep buying in on dips right now, because we're still technically, even though we've seen a massive run recently, we're still technically, we haven't even really got into this bull market yet. I guess we could say we're in the beginner stages of a bull market, right? Now, looking at Solana, because Solana's been such a major player, right? Solana's been like the staple of pumps recently, and you can see even for Solana, we did top out right here at around $126, and since then we are at around $107. It's really been, after this big drop yesterday, you saw the massive drop right here. Solana bounced right here at 102. It's really been staying in the same spot. It hasn't been moving. And what's going on with Solana is, if you guys saw today, Ethereum's been pumping. And you guys remember, they've been coming after the big dog, the biggest altcoin of them all. They've been saying that Solana is going to take over Ethereum. But look at Ethereum's chart for today. Pumping. And I think it's because a lot of people are starting to move their profits from Solana, and they're moving it over to Ethereum now. And that's how the game works for the retail investors, not the long-term, holders. The retail investors are usually going to be the ones that are just real quick. They're going to get into a project as it's pumping, they ride it up, and then they move. They keep it moving, which it sounds, in theory, it sounds like such a great kind of a great plan, right? But you go ahead and try it. Go ahead and time the market and see how it works out. I had somebody yesterday. Oh, Raw says it's pounds, not euros. Sorry about that, brother, man. I just saw the E in front of the $5, so I'm always thinking it's euros. But you're right. You guys use the solid pound. I appreciate that. Regardless if it's in freaking pesos, I still thank you so much, man. Now, what I was saying was that, oh man, I lost my train of thought there. No worries. Forgot what I was about to say there. I kind of went off track, because I knew right when I said euros, I was like, I don't think that's euros. I think that's pounds, right? I appreciate that. So let me just, I'll remember where I was at as far as my train of thought, but let me jump on to the chat and see. So Tony B, what's up, brother, man? Let's see here. So, Jamie, what's up, brother? What's up, man? How are you doing? And Ricky was saying, just add to the bags. And Rawls was correcting me. It's pounds and not euros. And I completely agree, and I appreciate that so much. And Bubblicious in the house. What's up, brother? I'm glad you were able to make the live today. And Sean was saying accumulate while we're still early, and I 100% agree. And AVK was asking my thoughts on Atlantis. Let's see here. Hold on here. So my thoughts on this project right here. What are my thoughts? So this thing, obviously, first thing is it looks bullish. First thing you guys know I'm going to point out is it's above its 200-day moving average. So that's definitely going to be very bullish. Now, pulling up a quick fib retracement. Let me see here. So pulling up a quick fib retracement on this project. So we obviously saw the top out right here at around, that's about 0.8 of a penny. It looks like it's currently at 0.6 of a penny, right? Definitely made that bounce. It's tested that top multiple times, and you can see it got rejected. And then it kind of went on a downward movement and bounced right here at the 382, somewhere around the 5.5, or we'll call it the 55. Now, what I am seeing, excuse me, is it looks like it's retesting the 236. It's obviously right under it. It did get rejected you can see multiple times at this 236. So most of the time when you see that, this is probably going to be a spot for some solid resistance. But if I was looking at the project and I was like, this is something I'm interested in, I would probably wait. If I didn't own any, I'd probably wait to see if I can get an opportunity to maybe grab some at this 382. That seems to be a solid spot right there. You can see multiple times we confirmed and bounced off of that right there. So that would be at around your 55 mark. That would be an accumulation zone, or if I was waiting, having patience to buy in on the project, that would be my area right there. But other than that, the project looks very bullish. Once it flips that 200A, bounces off the 200A, you can see it's been just running, and it looks like it's just basically going to kind of go on swings, but on the upward swing, right? So everything looks good on this project for sure, for sure. Again, spots to look at for some support would be definitely that 55 area around the 382. That would be my spot if we do bounce down, where I would be accumulating for sure. So let's see here. So AVK saying, I hear the whales from Bonk also invested a lot in Atlas, so I think it's I'm thinking to invest in it. Yeah, so like I said, obviously not financial advice, but just have patience. This thing could easily start shooting up. I don't know what the market cap is, but if you do have or can have some patience, you might be able to at least get some solid buy-ins anywhere under that 6 cent, right? So anything under the 6 cent, because that's where it bounced last. Anything under the 6 to the 55 mark will probably be a solid spot for some support, and obviously a spot for myself or whoever was looking into the project to accumulate or jump in. Now, real quick, looking at some of the wallets for Milady. So we saw yesterday, remember we were talking that the whale wallets was going up, right? Well, I did some investigating today, and it looks like the whale wallets, technically, because remember, this is 2 days behind. It's 2 days prior for the information. You can see when we started having those big drops, the whale wallets were actually probably the ones that were causing the big drops, because we dropped 7 whale wallets, which you got to remember, 7, each wallet is carrying over $100,000. They could have anywhere up to over 100,000, but it could be $1 million in each wallet for all we know, right? But we do know that they have at least $100,000, and 7 of them did sell off in the last couple days. And I'm sure as this information pops up as of tomorrow, we're able to pull up yesterday's information, because remember, it's 2 days behind. I'm sure we're going to probably see that even more whales technically dropped because of this big drop right here. And again, this isn't to startle anybody. Remember, the whole market dropped. The whole market dropped. If we were able to look at these things for each project, I'm sure it would all say the same thing. Maybe a couple projects will be some kind of an outline, but for the most part, most of the projects dropped yesterday. Most of them dropped, right? So I wouldn't doubt that we're going to see that the whale wallets probably went down even more. As of tomorrow, we're going to see yesterday's information. I'm guessing that it's probably going to go down, but as we start moving back up and kind of getting past that drop, we'll probably start seeing the wallets coming back in, right? We'll probably see them coming back in. For whatever reason, everybody was spooked out over that little 5% drop in Bitcoin. Now, as far as whale holdings, trying to get on to, let's see here, the 24th is all they're giving me. It's really been the same, believe it or not. So we dropped a couple wallets, but the whale holdings has stayed pretty much the same at 660 trillion. So we aren't seeing really a big difference in that. But what I am seeing that's gone up is the actual investors, people like you and I, investors that are long-term holders, not retail. Retail's kind of been a baseline. It's been sitting at around that 95, 96 trillion. But the actual investors, like I said, you and I, has actually gone up a few trillion, which tells me that long-term holders have been accumulating. Whales haven't really been doing much. You see whale wallets going down, but you don't see the amount of coins that they're holding, and all of the whale wallets hasn't gone down. It's still at around 660 trillion. So with that being said, doesn't really kind of give me any information that there's anything big, like scary going on with Milady. The whales are still holding on pretty much to their positions. Investors are actually accumulating, and in retail, it's kind of just staying put. Either they're holding or they're sitting on the sidelines, and that's what happens, because retail is really going to just come in when the markets are pumping. So with that being said, everything seems to be kind of on track for Milady. I mean, coming off of that big drop that we did see yesterday, I mean, we were down 30% yesterday, right? And within an hour or two, you see this enormous red candle. This was probably one of the biggest candles that we formed in the last 4 weeks. Other than that one big green candle when we were on our way up, this is pretty much where we've been at. So it is what it is. Now, again, what we're kind of monitoring is we want to see us flip this 20-day moving average. That's going to be our first moving average that we definitely want to see us flip. It looks like we're doing good right now. We're doing good right now. We have 3 green candles, and one of them, the last one that we have, has technically formed, and it is starting to have a nice green candle above the 20-day moving average. So all we want to see is that stay kind of above the 70 mark, and maybe the next green candle and the following one, we want to see confirmation of us bounce off this 20-day. And that's when I would confidently say that we're most likely going to see a nice little move up. Now, how much is it going to move up? We really don't know, because I would say probably the next moving average, which would be it's going to be your 50-day moving average, which is technically a big moving average. It's probably going to be some kind of resistance. And that's going to be somewhere around that 7677 mark. So if we were to have a solid move, maybe in the next few hours, you're probably talking about somewhere around a 9% pump before we would start getting rejected again and having to kind of form some kind of support over the 50-day, which would be the next battle. Because unfortunately, when we move down like we did, we got to do it all over again, right? We got to do it all over again. But hopefully, because Bitcoin's been looking great today, hopefully Bitcoin really starts moving. If Bitcoin really starts moving, I'm telling you guys, we're going to start taking flight as well. You can see it just wants to start moving up. It definitely wants to. It's been kind of just forming a baseline around where it's at. We formed above the 20-day. I'm hoping that we can get above this 50-day. Last time we got above the 50-day particularly, and the 20-day, you guys can see right here. You guys remember this. We were live. Right when we bounced above the 50 and the 20-day, we took off. We jumped up 40%, right? And I mean, just think about that. If we can jump up a 40% move, that'll erase all those that one day that we had that we just dropped, like out of nowhere. That'll erase that, and that'll be behind us pretty much. And that's how quick it can happen for Milady. And remember, we're mapping out, day by day. Just take a second and remember what we're here for and what's going to happen in the long term. This meme coin right here, Milady, has a market cap of $50 million. $50 million. I mean, I know we all understand this, but I don't think people really comprehend until they really see what happens, in a bull run, and this thing goes from $50 million up to $500 million. Like, just how fast it can happen. It will. You got to be strong. Take those dips. If you're financially able to, add to your bag and just be patient. Now, let's see here. Super said, I'm holding 1 trillion Milady. So, hold on here. So, Super said, Ethereum and Bitcoin always good hold and increase your bag. I say take profits along the way, guys. Don't just hold. And I'm holding 1 trillion Milady. Super, I agree with you on taking profits. I really do. I wasn't screaming that when we were up here. I wanted to. And I really did. I wanted to just, and I was kind of in subliminal ways was trying to say, like, you guys have a game plan. I know you guys remember me saying this. Be prepared. Have a game plan. Stuff like that. Or I was saying, if we do get to a certain level and you do sell, if we do drop, you can be up 50%. You can just buy right back in and get 50% more. But me personally, I'm not going to sit there and tell you guys, this is when you need to buy and this is when you need to sell. I'm just telling you good spots to accumulate. And as far as like the sell spots, you guys have to kind of figure that out as we go, right? Things don't always move up forever, but this right here does not tell me that that was that, you know. And Super said that when we go on another run, he's selling, which I respect it. I respect it. I honestly respect, you know, anybody's opinion, but at the same time, I mean, I feel like we didn't just go through all of that, you know, for me to just go ahead and sell and try to get my money back. Like, I'm here for the long run. That's why I always encourage, not giving out advice, but I always encourage, you always want to put money in that you do not need. You always want to invest money that you don't need right now, that can just sit there and it can take a year from now, right? And you won't sweat it because it's none of the money that you need to feed your family, pay your bills, anything. This is just money that would be sitting in your shoebox or sitting in your bank or whatever the case may be. So, you know, you don't have to stress about it when we're down or anything like that. But trust me, I completely understand, and I wouldn't be upset with anybody if we do go on another nice pump, you know, up to, you know, let's just say we pump up to new all-time highs, right? Or to new local highs. I would encourage you guys to definitely, you know, map out and have a game plan. And if that's to take profits, definitely do it, right? Because you can't, I remember saying this, you will never, well, you get kind of mad if you take profits and then the thing shoots up, you know, a 2x. But like the other day I sold my ICP at like $10 and it went up almost to $12. Yeah, I saw it and I was like, you know, kind of pissed at the time, but hindsight's 2020, and you can't get mad because I made profit, right? You can't get mad over it. I was buying ICP at 2 something whenever it dropped out. And so, you know, you guys can do the math. I was up, you know, a big chunk. So, you know, it is what it is, you know, and you know, I wasn't too happy to see it go up to $12, but I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad because at the end of the day I saw, you know, I was like, damn, I made some solid money off that. So, and kept it moving. So now Milady right now sitting at around that 71 mark while we are talking, guys, while I am just going on a rant. We've been forming a nice green candle. We're above the 20-day moving average. Everything's looking good. Everything's looking great. Real quick, someone put in the chat, Volt. You know, I have not been monitoring Volt. I really haven't. Volt has been going through a lot, right? But let's see what's going on. Volt's, wow. Is this recently? Let me see something here. Oh, nice. Volt did have some nice. You guys can see we were mapping Volt out towards the beginning of the year, and we just saw a lot of downward movement in Volt, and a lot of people just stopped with the interest on Volt. And I was like, you know what? I won't. Not that I don't care about it, but I was like, I'm not gonna really cover it anymore for right now. Volt had a beautiful, almost a 200% candle right there. That's nice. And I will tell you this, Crypto Law, for Volt's market cap is so low. That's another thing, like Milady. Volt's market cap is so low, and it's sitting above all its moving averages right now. Definitely bounced off of, you could see it bounce off its 20-day moving average clean right here. I wouldn't doubt that this thing is definitely going to start moving up towards some new local highs, right? Because you can say this 80 mark is the local high. I wouldn't doubt that we maybe have a retest back up towards those levels. And if you look all in all, Volt has the room to move. This thing has been just down and out for a while. One thing about Volt is I've been saying if and when they ever add Volt to some big exchanges, this thing's probably going to shoot up like crazy. Because right now you have to do a swap for Volt, right? I believe it's on Polygon and Ethereum. So you have to swap, you know, through your DeFi wallet. You have to buy either Polygon or Ethereum and then make the swap, you know, and pay the fees to accumulate Volt. I think that's like one of the only things that's really holding Volt down, and exposure. So right now, Milady's looking great. I love when it's forming these beautiful green candles while we're on live, right? I love it. So just to recap, Milady's sitting at around $52 million and market cap right now. So still that beautiful, you know, small market cap that I think is really just the selling point for Milady versus other meme coins, right? Definitely. Let's look up a couple things real quick as far as for some meme coins. So Bonk's been really getting decimated. Remember, Bonk was the big mover, right? You can see at a time back here, the market cap was somewhere around like $1.5 billion. Since then, it's dropped down almost half of that, down to 880 million, right? So remember, I was saying this as like a few days ago. I was saying, be careful with Bonk, because Bonk has made such a big move. The market cap is already so high that if we're gonna see a cool off in the market like we did, Bonk was gonna definitely had nowhere to move but down. And I know you can say, well, Milady moved down as well. Yes, it did. But Bonk seemed Milady, as you can see, I'm losing my tabs here. So Milady being at a $50 million market cap, I saw someone put in the comments, not on mine but on Twitter. They're like, how is there any more sellers for Milady? And it's true, because the market cap's at $50 million. The rest of the money that's in the market cap is probably 95% of the people now are just holding on to Milady, right? You don't have really any sellers left. But for Bonk, you have $800 million out there. There's going to be massive sellers that if they need to, they will sell off. So this project could easily continue to move down. I'm not saying that's what it's going to do, but it could easily move down given that the market cap is still so high up, right? Going back to Milady, like I said, $52 million. This thing really, it's such a selling point. $52 million, such a small micro market cap. Did you guys know Ladies is on Arbitrum? It's on Arbitrum's ecosystem. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that crazy? I didn't know it was on Arbitrum. Layer 1s right now have been really moving really well. All the layer 1s. And if it's on Arbitrum, I haven't been monitoring what Arbitrum's been doing. We can actually look it up, but if Arbitrum starts going crazy, you're going to see Milady and all the projects that are on its ecosystem really start moving. So I believe this is Arbitrum, right? I've never really been too familiar with Arbitrum. Oh, okay. So we did. Oh, yeah, that's right. When it came out, I was mapping it out. So Arbitrum's fairly new project, a layer 1. It's one of the newer projects for a layer 1. This thing looks like it's really looking bullish. You can see it's above all its moving averages as of now, looking very bullish. So this could be a plus for Milady, because like this post said on Twitter, Ladies is on Arbitrum's ecosystem in which Lady lives. Be prepared for a good pump. Stock those bags. There you go, right there. We got a bearish tweet. Let's see here. Ladies, I was right. It dumped, and it will dump another 20%. He was actually wrong, because after that 20% dump, we've been recovering, right? We saw he's talking about this dump right here, right? It dumped. He was saying it was going to dump another 20%. These people, right? They just get so bearish. It's like they're so new to the market. A 20% drop on a coin that has the market cap of so little. A 20% drop or a 20% move is so small compared to what it's going to do. And you have these people that are just they're so bearish. You could tell this guy probably hasn't been in the market for too long, right? And what you see how he has an emotional tweet? It's because he's investing money that he's probably looking and he's like, I need this money back in 2 weeks, and I'm down 20% now. And he's up there with his Twitter fingers going crazy, putting out all this FUD, right? So let's see here. Ladies, go to 3 zeros and 3 9 next listing in Coinbase and Kraken. Let's go, ladies, to the moon. We've been bringing that up. We've been talking about it. Like I said, possible Binance, Coinbase, and now even out there in the grapevines. I know it's all rumor and hearsay until it happens, but even places like Kraken, if it gets released, it's more exposure. More people are able to invest in the project, and that's what we want to see, right? That's what we want to see. So checking up on the chat real quick. I'm sorry, I get into these rants, and that bearish tweet kind of got me going, right? Don't talk about Our Lady like that. We protect our ladies around here. So let's see here. The only other coin I hold is Matic, and it's finally pumped. Seems like all the whales are selling and putting it in the low stagnant coins, and the rinse and repeat to the new one. Yeah, I heard Matic was pumping for sure. And you're going to see Matic pump really well because it's a layer 2 with Ethereum. Ethereum's been having a solid day today, right? So you're going to see Ethereum pumping. You're going to see Matic usually following right behind it. So that's awesome. Layer 1s have been doing great. And obviously, if your layer 1's doing good, Ethereum has a lot of layer 2s like Matic that run with the Ethereum network, right? So you're going to see a plus side for that. So Matic's probably been reacting and definitely pumping. Matic's an amazing project, right? Matic's one of those projects that just has like beyond so much going for it and has so many like deals and just it's intertwined with a lot of big major companies and stuff like that want to use Matic. Matic is one of those you could sit here, we could sit on the live for the next 4 hours and talk about all the pluses for Matic, right? Now, Amar, Mr. Amar was like, Super's holding 1 trillion. What the? Well, we don't know for a fact, right? This hasn't been confirmed yet. But if it is confirmed, Super's a whale. And we got to keep him happy because he was saying that he's going to sell off on the next pump. So we got to keep him happy around here if that's true. So they're asking him, what is that, a $20,000 investment? Who knows, right? I couldn't even do the math right now. I know $1 billion right now, $1,071,000, right? Because you got to look at the price. So $1,071,000. So if he has, let's say, if it's $1 billion is 771, $10 billion would be $710. $100 billion would be $7,000. So no, that would, if he's really holding $1 trillion, you're talking about $70,000, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if I did my math right. You guys tell me, but 70 grand, that would be crazy. That'd be nuts. That if you really had 70 grand in Milady right now, and we're sitting here talking about what Milady's capable of doing, Super could be like an Elon Musk in the next like 2 years if Milady plays out the way we want it. That would be nuts. Super, if that's the case, you better stay on this channel for until we hit this crazy bull run, all right, buddy? Because I'm going to have to interview you directly. I'm going to have to bring you on the channel and interview you directly and be like, what was it like watching Crypto Fud's channel the whole time during the bear market, and now you're worth billions of dollars? What is it like? So let's see here. So Craig, what's up, brother? He was saying he was agreeing with me. They get scared, and you're exactly right. In Midwest, what's up, man? Saying he holds on to 50 billion. Nice. That's a solid. I feel like that's a solid bag right there. 50 billion. You're holding more than I am right now. But just for right now, because yesterday I bought like 10 billion. Off of just one quick move when we dropped down to the bottom. So let's see here. Super said he bought 4 months ago. Craig said H-bar hit 10 cents, then it's off to the races. Well, let's check out H-bar here in a second. Let's see here. That's awesome. So let's check out what were we looking at? H-bar. I have a buddy that's like a diehard H-bar. He is like a freaking diehard. Nice. H-bar did jump up. So it jumped up on my chart, jumped up to about $9, 9.5 cents, right? That's awesome, dude. You remember H-bar was like stuck at like 4 or 5 cents for so long. My boy's I'm surprised he hasn't been calling me like, I told you, because he was telling me to buy in at around 4 cents, which I would have, but I had so much money in ICP at the time, right? ICP was like my golden goose. So I was like, dude, I have like I put a lot of funds into ICP. That's what I'm saying. So when I just sold, like I made out like really well. So I'm not upset. That's what's going to be like in the bull run. You're going to see all these projects, dude. You're going to see all these projects that are like gone up 100, 200, 300% from where you were going to maybe buy in at, but you can only put your money in so much. I know people that will put in, like if they have $1,000, they'll put 50 here, 100 here, and they'll hold on to like 20 different cryptos. And I personally, I understand that strategy, but I just can't sit there and monitor 20 coins that are in my portfolio at once. Like I've done it before. I just can't do it, so I try to like diversify, but maybe like 4 to 5 solid projects, or maybe 3 or 4 projects is usually a comfortable spot where I will put majority of, I'll split it up, on whatever projects I'm really bullish on, what other projects I want to just make sure I have in my bag, whatever the case is. And recently, I will tell you, I've put a lot into Milady. I really have. I put a lot into Milady because I don't just tell you guys this stuff and then turn the stream off and I'm like, I don't believe anything I just said. No, I 100% am here with you guys, right? 100% here with you guys, and I'm an investor just like you guys. So I took a lot of my profits from ICP and I've allocated them into Milady, right? And I bought in like I said, just yesterday I bought 10 billion just off yesterday, right? So I'm just slowly accumulating and fastly accumulating, I feel like, because Milady, even though it's where it's at right now, compared to where I was buying at when it was at its low, a billion cost $70 something before a billion cost like $20 when I was first buying in, for Milady. So that was something I had to get past too. That, when I'm buying, the 10 billion, it cost me $700, so I mean, that was a big chunk that I took out of my ICP holdings and I put it into Milady. Right before, I remember buying in a big chunk of Milady when it was down and out, like I'm talking about 5-6 months ago when it hit that ultimate low, buying in, and I was like putting in $150 and I had all these billions, in my portfolio. So that was my issue that I had to get over, right? Because I was, I didn't make the right move and I ended up selling Milady too early off of a quick pump. So don't do that, Super. Don't sell off of a quick pump and then look back, or we'll see you on Twitter over here fudding stuff because you want the price to go back down. I'm just kidding with you, man. So let's see here. He's saying, bro, interview that man. We will. We'll see. So gotta risk it on 3 assets. My main 3 are HBAR, Jasmine, and Ladies. Nice. That's a solid portfolio. You know what I'm going to do down the road when we get into a bull market, guys? And this is why I want to make sure you guys, if you're not already, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys hit the like. I would love to do down the road, like rate your portfolios, right? Where you guys will come into a live and I'll just strictly just rate your portfolios. You can tell me, like how much you're holding as far as each project and what do I think is going to happen in the tip top of the bull market. What do I think you're going to be at, right? As far as dollar amount, or in other people's case, pounds or euros or whatever currency that you use, right? Now, let's see here. Adam said he's at 32.7 billion. I would have rounded that up, Adam. I would have said I'm at 33 billion, but he hit it precisely. 32.7 billion, right on the mark, right there, right? That's a solid bag. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Who bought the dip yesterday? Who bought this dip? Who was able to catch this dip yesterday? I know I did. I caught it, but remember, we dipped down to like 60. I'm not lying. I watched this dip, and I was like, I'm literally getting everything ready, and I'm trying to hit the buy, and it's like literally taking longer than normal. And by the time I hit the buy, it was like right here at like the 68. It jumped up like 15%. I mean, in a split second, I was like, dude, come on. Like, I understand you guys are probably, overwhelmed right now with buys and sells, but come on. You guys are costing me money here. So Adam said he bought 10 billion yesterday too. Nice. Awesome. That's awesome. So let's check the rest of the market right now. HBAR though, solid. Looks like it's doing good. And I know there is like a diehard cult community behind HBAR, so you guys definitely have that behind you. And I know there's a lot of fundamentals with the project, so I wouldn't doubt that in this next bull run, you guys definitely make out. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see HBAR maybe get close to that dollar mark, if not exceed that dollar, right? I have to be careful because if I said that to my boy, he would like literally like come at me ready to fight because he's like, this thing's going to $5, bro. Don't tell me anything less. I'm like, all right, man, $5. All right, so just to recap, so today we saw Bitcoin. Bitcoin had a decent day. Another thing too, for Bitcoin particularly, when we get into this bull market, You see how Bitcoin today it had a solid day, right? It was up about $900. When we get into this bull market, just imagine, or not just imagine, I remember Bitcoin would have fluctuations of like $5,000-$10,000 in a day, right? In a 24-hour period, this thing would shoot up 5 or 6, 7,000, drop 2,500 like nothing. I mean, it would just fluctuate like crazy. So these little $800 days, even though we'll take them, especially if it's in the green, when we get into this bull market, the volume is just going to spike tremendously for Bitcoin and for the whole crypto market. This thing, I mean, we're going to see days where Bitcoin's up. I'm not lying. It's going to be at like 60,000, and you'll see at the end of the day it's at like $65,000 or $68,000, right? On a good day. And imagine Bitcoin at those prices is over $1 trillion market cap. So imagine how much money is just flowing in and out. The volume is at like $100 billion plus for the day. Like right now, Bitcoin's volume's been, somewhere around 30 or 40 billion. It's been getting up there, but we're going to have days where it's at $150 billion just flowing in and out. And you'll see all these other projects like Milady, like I said, we'll see volume like today, $7 million. We're going to have days where we're going to have volume exceed $100 million easily, right? Easily, because the market cap's probably going to be a lot higher than where it's at right now. We'll probably see a market cap, who knows, up in the billions, and that's when you're going to see, usually the market cap and the volume is usually around 5 to 10%. So we'll see those $50 million to $100 million volume days easily for Milady. So real quick, guys, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys have hit the like so we can send the algorithm to all the people right now that are just searching up Milady and crypto and stuff like that. We can bring them into the space. And also make sure you guys, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the subscribe so you guys can get those instant alerts whenever I do post videos. I post videos on your favorite projects, and also we have a live that we come out with every day, 6 p.m., right? 6 p.m. rain or shine. If you guys have any other projects that you guys want to check out, now's the time. Let us know what's pumping out there. What do you guys have in your bags? Let's see what's trending right now. So obviously Solana's trending. We have Bonk that's down 10% trending. What's this? Gorilla. Market cap is crazy small. Crazy small. That's even smaller than Milady. This is probably a DeFi project. Yep, Uniswap. So it's on Ethereum. Chainlink's been doing great. Look at that. Chainlink's going to be a big player. It's had a solid few months. It really has, but Chainlink is going to be definitely a big player. I remember I actually was day trading Chainlink not too long ago, buying in when it was down here. It was having some nice swings. I was buying in at $5 or $6 and selling when it had a nice spike. But if I would have just stopped trying to time the market, you guys see it pretty much 3x'd from where I was holding, from maybe $5 or $6. That's why I pretty much, now the stage that I'm in with this market that we're in right now, I'm not timing the market whatsoever anymore. I'm not going to sit here and time the market for small gains. Because I'm telling you guys, what I feel like we're in right now is 2020, December. Everything was kind of, wasn't doing the best. We were up from, our hard, being down a lot, but we were kind of just in this mode where it was in between a bear and a bull. We didn't know the bull market was right there, but 2021, January, February was kind of just stagnant, but I just kept buying in. I was I'm not timing this market. I'm not timing the market, and I just kept buying in and buying in and buying in, and it was kind of stressful. I've told you guys this story plenty of times. It was stressful, particularly I was buying in on Dogecoin, and I was just adding to my bag. 3-4 cents, buying and buying and buying, right? Anything extra money I had, I was just buying and adding, and I didn't know that we were in the mix of a bull run. And sure enough, 2 months, 3 months into it, we start getting into a bull run, and Doge just starts flying, going crazy, and that's how I was able to really build a foundation as far as with funds, because I moved from Dogecoin after it spiked up, I made massive profits on Dogecoin, and I moved and bought a bunch of Ethereum. I was buying like 3-4 Ethereum at a time because I was buying Ethereum at $1,000 at the time because it hadn't spiked up yet. And sure enough, towards the end of 2021, Ethereum jumps up to like 4,700. I remember I was driving. Don't do this. Don't drive and trade, right? You gotta be careful because I'm watching my portfolio, and remember I told you I have like all these Ethereum, and I'm driving and I'm looking at Ethereum, and it literally just jumped up $1,000. It went from like 32 to 42. I mean in minutes, and I'm like, oh my god. And I'm like, do I pull over? My portfolio is going nuts. And I was like, where? So I remember selling. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. Don't remember the exact day, but it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm driving, and I sold all my Ethereum at around 43. It was like 42.80 to be exact. Now Ethereum did go up to around 4,700, but I was not even mad because remember I just moved the profits that I just bought from Dogecoin over to Ethereum, and then like literally 4 times those profits on Ethereum. And that's what I'm trying to, just from my trials and my time being in crypto, this is what I'm trying to explain to you guys is that I'm done with the timing of the market. Now after that, I did day trade. I moved a lot of money over to certain portfolios, and I was doing day trading because in the bull market things are moving 10-20% daily, right? So I would wait and I would monitor a lot of projects, and when they were down 10 or 20%, I'd throw like $5,000 into it and just wait for that 10%, quick move that day, and I'd sell out, and I was doing that a lot. But where I'm saying that we're in a market where we're at right now, as far as the date and the frame that we're in, as far as in the crypto market, me particularly, I'm not timing the market anymore. I'm in accumulation zone, and I'm just waiting for that bull run. That's you could feel it on the horizon, that bull run. And then after we get into that bull run and Milady does, do some crazy things, that's when I will start moving profits, and we'll figure out what I'm going to be doing then, and I'm sure you guys will kind of be doing something on your own terms, right? So that's just my thought. So Soul asked, what's my thoughts on Pepe? I was checking Pepe today, and I did see Pepe's been running. Pepe's been looking good. It really has. You can see it's been going on these crazy swings, but Pepe right now doesn't look bad whatsoever. Looking at Pepe, we'll check the charts and let's look at its market cap. So Pepe's market cap's around $600 million, right? Look at the volume on Pepe. $140 million. That's nuts. Pepe is, I already said this. I said this and we've all been joking around. Watch, Pepe and Milady are going to be the top contenders for the meme coins. I will say most likely there's going to be room for maybe 2 other meme coins that are maybe out already, or maybe that's going to come out and from maybe the next few months. But we're going to see Pepe and Milady as the top contenders for the meme coins. Now, which one's going to probably do the most as far as percent-wise gains? Who knows, right? It could be any one of them, but if you were to look at the numbers, I would say Milady has a little bit more room to run. But Pepe did do some solid things during the bear market, and that is to be respected, right? Pepe did some solid things during the bear market, so you got to give your respect when it's due. So for Pepe, right now we're sitting between the 0.5 and the 382, right at that 14 mark. You can see we did have this local high right up here at the 17, and since then we did bounce all the way down towards is that a fib? No, that's a support level that I've had for a while that we've hit our head on, and then you can see we actually came back and retested this spot multiple times, and that's going to be at your 12, the 12.3. We have tested this spot probably 1, 2, 3, 4 times on for support, and we've bounced our head on it probably 5 or 6 times as resistance. So that 12 is going to be a solid spot to respect if I was looking to maybe to get the opportunity to buy in. Now, where we're at right now, you can see we have been slightly going on a run since we did bottom out at the 12. Again, we're at that 14, almost that 15 mark. We did hit our head right here at the 382, which is basically right above where we're at right now, right? Because we're at the 14.5. The 15 would be pretty much this 382. You can see we've pretty much hit our head, or maybe exceeded it briefly, but got rejected. So that's going to be a solid spot for some rejection, some resistance. But we're definitely going to want to keep retesting that to break it. Now, as far as looking bullish, I would say Pepe right now, technically, there's no other way to say, but it is bullish because you have the 200-day moving average, and then you have all your SMA moving averages all converging right here, actually about to be making a golden cross, and they're all sitting above the moving averages, right? So Pepe definitely is looking bullish, and I wouldn't be surprised if we are going to go on another run right here and possibly retest this 236 at the 15.8 around the 16 mark where we got rejected last time, or if we can break through there, you never know. Things look bullish. We could be retesting a new the local high at around the 17.5. But at the end of the day, Pepe does look very bullish. It really does. It looks like it's definitely formed solid support, and it kind of keeps moving up in these swings, but it's on an upward movement, right? You can see it's moving up and to the right. And that's what you want to see, right? So now things like Pepe, you can say pros and cons. The pros are it does have a solid market cap, so you won't see these crazy swings like you've seen on Milady. You won't see these enormous red candles, right? A couple sells and Milady drops 20 or 30%. You won't see that for Pepe because the market cap is so high. It's $600 million, over $500 million. But at the same time, you won't see these crazy pumps either. It's going to take a lot more for it to really get moving and start pumping. So you can take it like a pro and a con, right? And eventually Milady's going to get to that point where we'll be up there in the hundreds of millions of dollars market cap, and these swings are going to come far and few in between. It doesn't matter if a whale sells when we have a $600 or $700 million market cap, because it's not really going to affect it like it does right now. A whale sells $200,000 right now, and it affects Milady highly because the market cap right now, if you were to look, the market cap for Milady is 1/16 of what Pepe is. Take that in, 1/16 of what Pepe is right now. So just imagine, just take that in, how small the market cap for Milady is. So that's why I'm telling you guys, don't look at these big drops as like it's over with. No, it's not. Just take it. If you're able to, keep accumulating and adding to your bag, because eventually we're going to be up there where Pepe is. We'll be past where Pepe is. I'm sure Pepe will be past where it is right now too, but we'll be up there, and these swings are going to be a lot less than what they are, than what they are now. So now real quick, just updating. Remember, we're watching, this is the 20-day moving average. We have made one solid green candle above it, right? So I want to see us make at least 2 to 3 more above it, and I'm going to say that we're probably going to go on a nice 10% run up here towards this 50-day. The 50-day will probably be another pivotal spot where we're probably going to hit our head on it and need to retest it maybe a couple times before we can break through. But remember, the last time we broke through the 20 and the 50-day, this was right over here. We broke through the 20 and the 50-day, and we got confirmation. We shot up. So just remember, if we can do that, we can form this nice few candles above the 20-day. We're going to probably come up and meet up with this 50-day moving average, which would be somewhere around, by the time we get up there, probably around the 7.6, 7.7 mark. That's where we're going to meet up with that 50-day. And like I said, hopefully we can just blow right past it and find it as some support. If not, we're going to probably go up there, hit our head a few times, maybe get rejected and come down a little bit. But as long as we keep retesting that spot, I'm thinking that Milady's probably going to be going on a nice run. We've actually formed into the green, even though we're only up 0.1% for the day. We've actually, you can see we bottomed out for the day technically, and we kind of are trying to make a run for it. So we'll see how it goes. Now, let me catch up on this chat. I'm sorry, guys. I go on these rants and I just start talking, right? So let's see here. So let's see here. Everybody's talking to Super about all his big moves. Super's the rich guy in the chat, I see, right? I see that. He says he's holding on to 300 million Shiba as well. So Turks, what's up, Turks? Or Tux, I'm sorry, Tux. I didn't see there was no R there. Tux said he's holding on to 82 billion, 18 more billions to go, right? To get that 100 billion mark, right? Good job, buddy. That's a solid bag right there. I'm sure you'll probably you'll be doing good when we shoot up and Milady's up there in multi-billion dollars market cap. That 82 billion or 100 billion at the time, whatever you have, is going to be a big bag. So we addressed Pepe, sold all my SHIB, Bonk, and Pepe for Milady, holding 65 billion ladies. Nice, James. That's awesome, buddy. That's great. So Clayton was saying he's holding on to Solana, Celestia, ICP, and let's see here. We'll do well, I think. I think those are all secure projects, right? Those are all your big cap projects that are secure, right? I always tend to hold on to projects like that. And then I also hold on to the higher risk, the small market cap, projects that I'm looking for those 100, 200 X's, right? That's my diversifying right there. Now let's see here. Dai was saying Milady market cap so low, only way is up. Look at it all. Other meme coins, they are 100 million and up more. Bro, that's what I've been preaching. That's exactly what I've been preaching. I'm telling you, being from that Dogecoin era from 3 years ago, I saw what Dogecoin did. Being already at billions of dollar market cap, how much just the hype can move a project, especially a meme coin. So I'm just saying, imagine if Dogecoin if we got in when it was at $50 million, we would be freaking billionaires is what I'm saying if we were able to ride that thing all the way up. So imagine what the possibilities are for Milady. Just imagine that, guys. Imagine it. Now, let's see here. Dai was saying this is the long-term hodl, and I 100% agree with you. I thank you so much for those kind words because I agree with you. So Amor was saying Milady versus Pepe is the next year's Doge. Yeah, so he's saying Milady and Pepe is going to be basically what Doge and Shiba was in 2021. 100%. And Clayton with the give a like. He's here every night talking about interesting stuff, and I am Clayton, and I appreciate that. You guys, make sure you guys do hit that like, support the channel, right? You don't have to necessarily support it with super chats or anything like that. I appreciate you guys coming in and giving your time, hitting that like, and obviously hitting that subscribe button as well. I really do appreciate everything that you guys do for the channel. So, so L Desp is saying not a meme, but what are your thoughts on Crow? The TA, the charts look like it's ready for a breakout. Thinking possibly a bull run. Could see it at $1, 9x from here. So if you are new to the channel, I actually haven't been talking about it a lot, but I'm a big Crow guy. 100% big Crow guy. You can see I have one of the tabs here. I'm real big on MShare right here. This is MMF on the MMF platform. But this is Crow's ecosystem right here, right? I'm real big on Crow. Real big on Crow. And what do I think about Crow? I think Crow is going to be a solid layer 1 project. I mean, it already is. But I think Crow definitely, remember, we saw Crow almost get to $1 on the last bull run. So I think that Crow definitely could get there. Crow's market cap is up there $4 billion, I believe, somewhere around there. But I definitely see Crow is going to be, just a solid ecosystem because they continue to keep building off of their ecosystem. So my thoughts on Crow are always bullish. And I kind of kicked myself when we were down to like 5 cents that I wasn't accumulating a bunch of Crow because I use Crow to swap on their DeFi. And now you got to buy it at 10 cents, right? When you could have bought it at 5 cents and basically got a 50% discount. But definitely very bullish on Crow for sure. Long-term Cronos. Yep. So Dai was saying right now, Milady is like an infant. You're taking this from me, Dai, because that's what I was saying. I said that Milady is like a newborn baby in the meme coin market. That's what I was saying. No, I'm just kidding. I really was saying that a while back. I was like, Milady is like a newborn, right? It's a newborn in the meme coin market. So it's like you got to take it delicately and just keep buying because it's so small. And all it's going to do is just continue to grow. We're going to keep feeding it, let it get its sleep, and stuff like that. And sometimes it might fall, during those crawling stages, it might have a little fall, but it's going to get itself back up, and this thing is going to grow up to be one of the biggest meme coins that we've ever seen. And I'm telling you, it's going to happen. We've already been tweeted by Elon, bro. How many other meme coins can say that? Really, how many other meme coins can say they've been tweeted by Elon Musk? I think only one, really, and that's Dogecoin. You can say those subliminal messages, with Shiba and maybe a couple other projects, but it never really was particularly on those projects. But he's literally tweeted Milady NFT, right? So let's see here. So yeah, I like we all said, agree with Crow. Crow's gonna blow for sure. The chart looks so bullish. Let me pull it up real quick. Let's see. I haven't looked up Crow in a little while. So they're back up to 10 cent. I was gonna say, why does it look like it's like 2 days old? So you can see I even have my fib retracement here. This thing, yeah, it does look very bullish. Obviously right here, this green line indicating the 200-day moving average, and then you can see these other SMA moving averages. It's kind of just been battling, but it's above all its moving averages right now, and that's why you can say it's technically on a slight breakout, because you can see it kind of went up and was retesting. That's the 20-day right here, this yellow that I'm looking for as far as us breaking on Milady, right? It broke the 20-day and it started sending it up, just flying by all these moving averages, and you can see since then it's basically above all its moving averages, and you can see some of them are even crossing. So this thing's looking like it wants to definitely break out for sure. Now, as far as spots for some resistance, we obviously have, we have a couple of spots right here, right? We obviously have right here this local high of about 11.3, and then we also have right here at the 12.2. Real quick, let me see here. I wonder why this fib retracement moved. All right, there, that looks a little bit better. So you can see for Crow, if I was waiting and looking for a spot to accumulate, which I'm probably going to be doing this because, like I said, I always buy in on DeFi, and this thing's going to probably continue to move up. So if you can accumulate Crow at a low price, especially if you're going to be trading on their DeFi ecosystem, buying in, getting it at a fraction of the price is always going to be a plus. You can see at the 382 has been a solid spot for some support, right? 382 has been a solid spot. Now, this next fib right here at the 236 at around 10.5 cents is going to be probably a spot where it's going to be a pivotal spot that's probably going to be some resistance, most likely. But other than that 10.5, I see maybe you hitting your head a couple times on that on Crow. But if it's going on a run, it'll probably blow right by. The spots that I keep saying are going to be that 11.3 right there, and then right here at this top of the fib at around 12.2. Those are going to be your two spots that we're going to be seeing for some massive resistance. But I really, at the end of the day, Crow looks solid, right? Crow looks solid, and as this bull run continues, we're going to fly by all these spots. So right now you can see it's kind of, when you zoom out, it's more of a accumulation zone, and I think that's what's happening for a lot of projects right now. We're just in accumulation zone where we saw this first initial run up, right? It cooled off, and this is pretty much for all the projects. It cooled off, and it's now sitting in these channels where it's just accumulating zone until this thing's going to go for another run. Dai, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that super chat. Dai just dropped $20. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. If there's anything you want to check out while we're live, man, you let me know. But again, Dai, thank you so much for the support for the channel. I really do appreciate you more than you ever would know, right? Thank you. I really appreciate that. So let's see here. So Craig said, I think Elon accidentally tweeted that. Don't take that back from us, Craig. Do not take that back from us. He tweeted that. He knew that was an NFT, all right? I'm scrolling back up because I missed everything. So Dai was saying, I'm waiting on my 4K transfer to buy more. Nice. Let's see here. And Adam was saying he has the Jade card on crypto.com. Awesome. Adam, remember, I think it was during the last bull run. Remember if you held 10,000 Crow, you had the big platinum card, and you would get massive perks. They would even give you like free NFL ticket, free like all these streaming services, all for just holding on to like 10,000 crow in your portfolio. And then also you had a debit card, and you could use it and you'd get like 5% back, and like they had all these perks, but then they had to change it because we went into a bear market. The crow coin went from like 60-70 cents where it was like solid, because remember we spiked up to like 97 cents I think was like the top, and then we kind of retraced and we were somewhere in between like 50 to 70 cents, and they were giving out massive perks. And then we went into a bear market. Also, the government was going after a lot of these platforms because they did not like they were going after staking, and they didn't like what crypto.com was doing as far as leaving your money in that exchange, and they were giving back such massive returns. You have to remember the banks are owned by the government pretty much, right? They're the ones that bail them out, and the banks don't want to see other competition where you can put your money in these exchanges and you're getting back 5%, but if you leave your money in the bank, you're getting back like 0.2%. You're getting back basically nothing, while they use your money to give out loans that they're getting back 37% back on the loans that they're using for your money. You guys know how the financial system works, but yeah, the banks were like giving them hell, so crypto.com had to change a lot of the stuff. So L Desp said you had the Corgi chart up. I know, because I went into the DeFi as you brought up crypto.com. I went into Corgi just to check out, the whole DeFi and what's going on. So I hear you. So let's see here. I'm backed up on here. So Craig's trying to take our Elon tweet away from us. So let's see here. Clayton. Don't mean to skip everybody, but Clayton came with the clutch, the $5. I appreciate that, brother, man. Thank you so much, brother. Clayton, let me tell you guys, Clayton has been here since like day one. He really has. He's been a big supporter on the channel. And you guys remember, as we continue to move up, we're going to be giving out a giveaway where I'm going to be blessing probably, I'm thinking in between 10 and 20 people, where I'm going to basically send you guys. We're going to do a raffle, obviously, but it's going to be 10 to 20 people that are just here supporting the channel. I'm going to be giving them back, and it's probably going to be somewhere either some billions of Miladies, or we're going to do some of your other projects. I really don't know. I'm getting everything kind of situated and sorted as far as that, but look out for that. Eventually, I will be giving back to the channel and everybody that sits here and supports. And don't think that these super chats, I see who's supporting the channel, not only with likes and with the subscriptions, but also actually physically supporting the channel with the super chats and stuff like that. I really do. Again, thank you guys so much for everything. I really do. Now, Craig was asking, let's see here, how is ACH? I haven't looked up that project in so long. This was one of the projects that I actually was day trading when it first came out. And you guys can see we have the fib retracement still in play. So this looks bullish. I mean, a lot of these charts all look almost the same, right? They look bullish. They've already bounced off the 200-day. And you can see ACH isn't crazy above the 200-day, right? It's still not too far above it. So in my eyes, this wouldn't be a bad project for some accumulation. Right now, obviously, it's above the 200-day and all its the SMA moving averages. So it does look pretty bullish. Now, it does look like it's coming up. You can see right here, this is the 20-day moving average right here. And you can see it is slightly below the 200-day moving average. So for right now, if I was waiting to buy in, I would wait to see what we're going to do here. A couple candles below this 20-day moving average, and we're most likely going to see somewhat of a small retracement. And I wouldn't doubt that it comes bouncing right here at the 236 at around the 2.2 right here, 2 cents, 2.2 cents. Maybe retracing back to there before it maybe wants to go on another run. But this thing does look solid, and you can see the local high is somewhere around that 2.5 cents. So like I said, this thing has definitely broke out from the 200-day moving average, but it's not far up to where I feel like I missed out on this project. If I was looking to jump in, I would say this thing doesn't look like it's too far up, and it has a lot of room to grow for sure. So if you're looking to possibly buy in on this project, 236 at the 0.2 cents would be a solid spot for some support. And then obviously breaking down to this 382 at around the 2 cent solid would obviously be your next spot for some solid support and accumulation. So let's see here. Clayton was saying that BTC will blast away past 69,000 this bull market. I anticipate incredible things coming. That's exactly what I was saying. I think 2024 is going to be incredible. I really do. I think 2024 for all of us that are in the markets right now that are just accumulating, I think it's going to be a solid month. Just remember guys, we've been in this bear market that we're just getting out of for the last 2 years. So imagine right now, we've seen a nice move, right? But that's just the beginning. That is so small compared to what we're going to see in this bull market that's coming. We have the halvening. Let's see here. The halvening is in 111 days from now. Halvening's in 111 days from now. I mean, that's right around the corner. So we have some big things coming. Very, very big things coming. So let's just get a recap of what we've seen and what we've done today. I feel like we've did a pretty productive day today, right? Milady doesn't look terrible. We obviously are still recuperating from that massive drop that we've seen, but we're all here for the long run, so we're not really worried about it. Whales, we haven't seen a big sell-off in the whales. We did see the wallets of whale holdings decrease somewhat, but the whale holdings is still intact, pretty much exactly the same. We've actually seen investors like ourselves accumulating more. The other day we were down. You could see we're down to 96 trillion as of the 22nd. And as of the 25th, this is the 24th, we're at 102 trillion. So we've, as a whole, collectively collected around 6 trillion coins in the last few days. And that's telling me that we've been buying that dip up. Retail really has been stagnant too. Retail hasn't gone down. You can see they've been sticking around that 96 trillion mark, and that's pretty much where they're at right now. So we don't see a lot of retailers coming and going. The whales are kind of holding, and the investors, the long terms, are accumulating. So just setting up, I think, for a big moves coming up here soon. So I think we have nothing to worry about. Like I keep telling you guys, at $50 million market cap, like Dai was saying, we have nowhere really but to move up. Nowhere really to move up. I mean, we're obviously going to see these moves down here and there, but it doesn't matter because in the long run, if you zoom out for Milady, and it's going to take my computer a few seconds for whatever reason, if we zoom out on Milady, we're up. We're up and we're going to continue to move. This was just the beginning of what we're going to see in this bull market coming up. So let's see here. So Dai was saying the tweet, regardless of what it meant, it helped Milady. Thank you, Dai. Exactly. It did. It really did help. It brought a lot of eyes on Milady. It brought my eyes on Milady, right? Because before he tweeted, I didn't even know anything about Milady. But after he tweeted, I really started to look into it, and I was just like looking at a lot of things. And we started mapping. If you remember in the channel, we started mapping Milady out probably week 2, week 3. Like maybe a week or two after the tweet. Milady was fairly new. It was like 3 weeks old. And we saw the big run up and then the big run down, right? And we were mapping it, and it was slowly moving down because it was still kind of getting off that hype train. And we were here watching it, when it dropped all the way down to the bottom. We were here. And the market cap at this time, I keep this arrow here because that's where the bottom was. That's where I actually bought in. And then sold when it pumped right here because I thought we were going to, make a bigger drop, and we didn't really, but I missed all this. But regardless of that, right here, the market cap, I remember, was under $20 million. Under $20 million. And you can even look, we're down today, but we're up. We're at $51 million. So that's what I'm saying. In the long run, take these dips, take them and not financial advice, but, just add to your bag. Bring your dollar cost average down if you're able to, right? Take them because in the long run, Milady is going to continue to move up. This market cap is so small. We're going to see some massive growth with Milady. Definitely. So So let's see here. Craig was saying, perfect. I'm accumulating ACH currently. They are a service provider for the Visa and now with a couple other new partnerships. Yeah, I heard about that. That's awesome, dude. Seems like there's some big things going on with ACH. Anthony was saying he has 115 billion and would like to see 2 zeros drop. That's considerable, right? That's conservative, I think. Anthony, those 2 zeros drop and you're holding on to 115 billion. You're going to have a solid portfolio right there, buddy, for sure. And Lost in Tokyo said he has 70 billion. That's awesome, brother. You have more than what I do, man. I hope to get to where you're at here on some of these dips. And Metallic, finally caught you live. Always watch the replays. Good stuff, man. Hey, Metallic, I appreciate you even coming after the fact and watching the videos. You guys understand that too. You know, hitting that like, you guys are helping out. After the video's done, right? We have 30, maybe 40 people watching. After the videos are out by tomorrow, the way things are going, we'll have 500 or 600 people follow behind us and read all your comments and come into the video. And the reason why they're coming is because the algorithm is getting pushed to them, right? Or they're already subscribed to the channel. But what I'm saying is hitting that like and even hitting the subscribe is helping the algorithm for people that are similar to all of us that are searching meme coins, searching crypto, stuff like that. It's bringing them into the space. So you guys definitely are helping out for the channel and helping for Milady as well. So I appreciate that for sure. So Clayton said he's definitely going to check out ACH or ACP. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Check out ACH, definitely. Sorry, I read that. It was all scrambled up. Definitely. So guys, just to recap before we go, because I'm going to start losing my voice if I continue, is Milady is going to continue to pump, right? Milady is going to definitely pump. We don't know exactly what's going to happen right now. It looks like we're definitely setting up for a nice run. Let's zoom in real quick. Like I said, we are testing that 20-day moving average as we speak, and we have been forming some candles above it, right? Let's see here. So my charts, because I'm looking at something a little different. I zoomed in and zoomed out, so we got to move them real quick. But this is our chart that we're looking at. So this is the 20-day moving average. Look at these candles that are forming above. I like to see at least 3 to 4 candles above this 20-day moving average for me to really get confirmation that we're going to start on our way up. But the way things are looking, we're probably going to be coming up and meeting that 50-day at around the 7.7, 7.6 mark, and we'll see how it goes. I wouldn't doubt that we maybe hit our head a couple times, but if we can flip that 20-day and that 50-day, remember where we were at before. This is the 20 and this is the 50-day. Took a couple times, right? We were bouncing, kind of having the days like we were having, but eventually we broke over and we saw an explosive move of 40% right when we broke over that 20 and the 50-day SMA moving averages. So I wouldn't doubt that something similar is going to be in play. Again, Bitcoin is looking great as well. We need that to thrive for all of our projects to move, right? So other than that, guys, I'm going to leave it like that. Everybody that sent the super chats today, thank you guys so much for the support. Again, I really appreciate everything. Make sure you guys tune back tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Oh, real quick, Modesto said, did you know that that Elon tweeted yesterday about Milady? So we actually did look at that. We looked at that yesterday, the whole 888 and stuff like that. People are claiming that it was in regards to Milady's market cap because it's 888-00, 888-00. We don't know if that's confirmed, right? It's still speculation, but it seems to be online, right? And I was saying this for yesterday's stream. Imagine that, bro. Imagine, Elon's been subliminally tweeting out stuff about Milady, and he's maybe a supporter in the back frame, in the back stages. That would be awesome. That would be the massive exposure that we need for Milady. So definitely. So guys, listen, I'm going to end it. Thank you guys so much for everything. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Tomorrow, 6 p.m., we'll have another stream. Other than that, guys, have a great night. And